Police forces up and down the country spend countless hours trying to track down fugitives on the run or break drug-dealing networks. Gangs of thieves have always preyed on the vulnerable, and housebreakers who specialize in stolen goods have always been with us. The modern-day era has seen the rise of the drug dealers that import them from abroad and distribute them across county lines, along with shootings, stabbings, and sometimes murder. Some have been sent to prison and released after seeing the errors of their ways. Here are some of the most notable and notorious gangs that have wreaked havoc on their communities in recent years, and others who came before them. The Pitsmoor Shotta Boys, PSB. The PSB have been synonymous with Mexborough for a number of years, though their operation was halted significantly when 10 of its members were locked up in 2016. They were Luke Blakemore, Chad Hatton, John Gill Liver, Joshua Roddis, Ryan Taylor, Kieran Blakemore, Stephanie Oldfield, Lewis Roberts, Lyndon Atkinson, and Sean Chamberlain. However, South Yorkshire police are well aware of the potential for the gang to continue operating, and the force is actively keeping tabs on those associated. In a statement last year, the UK charity Crime Stoppers identified Mexborough as an area where gangs are bringing violence, drugs, and intimidation to the area's streets. It claims the town has been blighted by a number of organised crime gangs in recent years, including the Pitsmoor Shotta Boys, or PSB, after they relocated from Sheffield. This is despite a huge SYP operation to bring down the gang who thought they ruled the roost and were above the law. Yorkshire Live previously reported that the mob terrorised people living in the area for years. They dealt drugs, intimidated those who did not comply with their wishes, and had a terrifying grip over the town. Their 10 convictions saw the group jailed for an array of shocking crimes, including violent disorder, possession of Class A drugs, robbery, and even intimidating witnesses. The 9 all appeared in court to find out their fates in 2016. Another man failed to turn up but was still sentenced in his absence, and the names and faces of the notorious gang were splashed across the media for all to see. Like with many gangs, the Pitsmoor Shotta Boys, or PSB as they were known on the streets, was not limited to 10 members, and their influence saw them recruit many associates. Just months after 10 members were jailed, another member was jailed for drug dealing after he was caught hiding heroin in Kinder eggs. The PSA has also had run-ins with other gangs in Sheffield, as demonstrated by the death of PSA member Lewis Williams after tensions rose with another crew. The Peaky Miners. Residents in the Hyde Park area have said that a gang of youths that have become known as the Peaky Miners have been selling drugs. Residents of Brudenell Mount claimed the antisocial behaviour comes from the terrifying local children, who reportedly carry round machetes and throw items at the residents. When Leeds Live visited, one resident said, "A group of kids asked me if I wanted drugs the other day." Another added, "There was massive group of them fighting outside of Sainsbury's when I came back from work at 1 a.m. too. I think it's a group called the Peaky Miners, that's what people are saying, there were loads of people talking about it last year." The group also set off fireworks in the area and left it looking like apocalyptic. The Fartown Boys. 4 men have been sentenced after Jamal Ned was shot and killed outside his home in December 2020. These 4 men were recently sentenced after Jamal Ned was shot and killed outside his home in December 2020. The Fartown Boys are another gang that are associated with the Huddersfield area and have been for a number of years. One of the gang's members, Jamal Ned, was shot and killed in a rival attack by other gang members as he was taking his mother to work. His mother spoke about how she sat with him as he was executed in a brutal revenge attack. Paying tribute to her son, she said, "Jamal was a much-loved son, brother, partner, friend and family member. A fondly remembered neighbor, talented musician, motorcycle enthusiast and a young man of faith. Jamal has been remembered by huge numbers of his friends, by whole communities, by our neighbors, our church, local school, passing acquaintances who remember his happy hellos and even strangers who have heard his story. The cruelty of a premeditated attack at his home with the known presence of his family, mostly women and children, is beyond anything we can understand for a human being to perform. Our lives have changed irrevocably, not just for the loss of Jamal, but the deep and lasting effect this has had on those who survive him. He is a son that cannot be replaced. A partner that will never be matched and a brother that will be longed for as long as a little sister lives. The Machete wielding gang in Walpole. Walpole in Huddersfield has become a scene of unrest in recent years, with neighbours saying a gang had been seen wielding machetes in the area. The violence came to a head last year when violent disorder broke out and police carried out a gun seizure. Huddersfield's crime gang. 10 men from Huddersfield were revealed to be members of a large gang that supplied drugs in Blackpool. The brazen gang members were led by Ryan Cube from Sheepridge, Huddersfield. They were convicted in 2020 after making a YouTube music video, which shows members using gang hand symbols and rapping about their drugs, money and violence. The video was used as evidence during the sentencing of the gang. The Mooney Gang, Parks Brigade and other historical Sheffield gangs. The brutality of some of Sheffield's gangs earned the city the nickname Little Chicago in the 1920s. The heyday of these violent mobs was in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when names like the Mooney Gang and Parks Brigade would strike fear among law-abiding residents. The battle centered on illegal gambling and who was in control of it, with one feud ending with the murder of William Palmer in 1925.